guys, it's Ashley, a scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with the day 9 cut file for 31 days of cut files. And I decided to use my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. And so I pulled in my Vicky Bouton Where to Next collection, and you saw I have a mixture of the ephemera, the chipboard, and then the stickers. And I pulled in some papers also from it looks like the Where to Next collection, from the paper pad from Joann's, and a couple of the actual Where to Next collection papers. And so, and then I showed you my bag of scraps, because I used the scraps to back the cut file. And the cut file is a banner, which I also showed you, but I cut it out twice because it had like one kind of hoopty and then a littler hoopty. And so I cut it out twice so that I could have multiple banners, and you'll see that in a minute. But I had this idea that I wanted to do strips of different patterns. And so I'm cutting the strips here, and I had brought in a scrap piece of 12 by 12 paper, and I'm using the back, and you saw it was the white paper. I'm just using the back as a template, and I cut it down to the size that I wanted, and then I'm cutting these strips. And I first cut all of one side, and then the papers that come from that paper pad don't have a backside. And so I couldn't use those. And then the the backside is the big kind of circle. And so I only used, I think it's the stripe one, and then the blue polka dot, I think, are the ones that I used both sides. And I'm just getting the strips here cut. And I thought I originally was going to put my piece going up and down. So I had cut these papers. You'll see when it comes to the butterflies up and down. And then in the end, I end up turning it. And so the butterflies are going sideways. But I guess the good thing is, after I put my pictures in ephemera and stuff, you can't really see the butterflies that much. So it's not completely crazy that the butterflies are sideways. But I just decided I liked the piece that I made go sideways, and that wasn't the original plan. But you can see this is the backside of that just scrap piece of paper. It's a thin plaid, but it really was just to have a place to glue all these guys down. And so I wanted to back them in something, and I found this bright orange paper, and you could see there, like, I didn't know if it was, like, if it was too much. It blended too much. So I decided, after looking at it and getting it set, that it needed some sort of barrier. And so I thought, well, black would be good. I originally was like, I should probably use white because the cut file is cut in white. But I liked the black with these colors. And so I backed that piece in this black and just had a very thin mat around it. And then after I did that, I was like, oh, well, maybe I should map my entire layout in black to help that stand out. And so then I took another piece of black paper, and I will use it for the back, but I will gut it also, because now we're starting to get really thick with all the layers. And I didn't gut anything for that piece that I made. And so if I didn't gut the back paper, then it starts to get kind of a really thick layout. But while I'm getting all of that situated, make sure that you check out the description box. I have the Facebook page for the 31 days of cut files, where you can see what everyone has done with the wonderful cut files, as well as the playlist. And so make sure you check out those. If you would like to purchase these cut files or anything else that's amazing in MK's shop, her link is down below as well. And the YouTube channels for Janet and MK, go and give them some love. Here is the cut file, and you can see, like, I cut it out twice, and I made the two smaller, or used the two smaller ones and one of the big pieces at the top, because I kind of wanted this multiple banner situation. And then I will use the other big piece down at the bottom with the photos. And I just thought that that looked really cute. I have a hard time with banners that, you know, you get so many banners with all the ephemeras and stuff with each collection. And I always have a hard time. And so I was a little intimidated by this one, but I thought if I cut it up into multiple pieces, I could kind of layer it. And I like how that turned out. And so I wanted to get my photos together, and because I had matted everything else in black, I thought I need to have a small mat around the photos with black before I put them on that orange stripy paper that was from the paper pad. And these are photos of my husband and I. We were in Puerto Vallarta, and we were in this like shopping center, and so the picture on the left is him in this like VW bus, and it says Groovy on it, and it was in front of an ice cream shop. And so I made him stand in there so I could take his picture. And then the picture on the right is in their courtyard. They had all these colorful umbrellas that were hanging from, well, they were just hanging from thin string, but because it was open to the courtyard, and it was really cool because it's umbrellas, it created shade in the courtyard, and then it was just all these beautiful colors. And so I had taken a picture of it because I thought that it was just gorgeous. And it's just a simple, they're just hanging umbrellas across the courtyard. So, of course, when I was pulling an ephemera and it had this umbrella, even though I know it's a beach umbrella, I was like, oh, this has to go here next to the photo. But, and I had cut it down. It was a 4x6, but I mean, I cut it down to a 4x4. You can get the gist of the photo. It was just a picture of the umbrellas, and that way it wasn't so packed on the layout with the photos. And then I just started to fill in the ephemera. There was some stars, and so I put those on the banners where the stars of the banners were, and I made a little cluster to the right with the umbrella. It has the souvenirs, because we're in this little shopping center, and the So Good. And I got some of the arrows, and I will put underneath that camera, I put new things to see and do. I will put above the umbrellas, this is really awesome, you know, getting my wordy bits on the layout like usual. I want to say thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. I would love to have you. And if you hit the little bell, you get notified when I have new videos. And here's where I'm just finishing up with my wordy bits. The little circle next to it up there says The Journey is a 5 out of 5 star review. I thought that was cute. And I put a little heart with the camera. I liked using the camera. I thought it might be too big, but I thought it looked cute, and then it goes across the photo, but you can still see the license plate that says Groovy on the photo. But that's going to be the layout, guys. It's short and sweet today. Thank you again, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.